For those of you that I've not had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Stephen Jones. I am the executive director of Float, the convention. I am also the producer of Aloft, of Fulcrum, and some other fun stuff coming your way soon enough. And I want to welcome everybody to tonight's episode of Step Chat. Okay, now, before we get started tonight, I have something very, very important to do. Last week, here on the show, we talked about a rule change for the competitions. And I need to take a moment to sincerely apologize to Tabitha Miller. As many of you know who watch this show on a fairly regular basis, I try to be as transparent as possible when it comes to why we do certain things. And if that had been it, that was fine. The problem is, in my effort to be transparent, I made two mistakes. The first mistake that I made was thinking that I actually had to name somebody in this when I could have very easily have just said, one of our competitors blank, right? The other incorrect statement that I made was that naming that it was Tabitha that was part of the situation at hand that I talked about with the rule change. It was brought to my attention earlier today from a very dear friend of mine that that statement was incorrect. And upon confirmation, I was absolutely wrong. For that, I sincerely apologize to you, Tabitha, for making that statement last week. It was wrong of me to do so, and I apologize. So let's talk about Aloft. Again, as we talked about earlier, Aloft is our 24/7 streaming service that we offer through Float. The service contains Float classes. It contains monthly live classes. It contains the archived Area Deco video content from many, many years ago when I was 50 pounds lighter and 20 pounds younger. So there we go. And as you all know, we have a class coming up later this month with the lovely and talented Dawn Gertman. Inflation plus floral equals fabulous. This class is going to be on July 29th, which is 2 weeks from Tuesday. If you are a member of Aloft, do absolutely nothing. Your invitation will be sent to you on the 28th. If you don't want to, if you're the non-committal type and you don't want to join Aloft, no problem at all. You can go to the Orange Store, which is floatconvention.com/orange store, orange like the color, store like the retail. Go there. You can buy access to the class for $25. That will get you access to the live class where Dawn is, and you can ask questions and everything else. Now, let's say you can't make it to the live class, or let's say even if you do, and you're like, you know what, I'd really like to be able to review this class. Well, guess what? You do receive a free digital download copy of the class when it's over by signing up for $25. Last week, though, I did a little tease. I did share with you that because of the fact that our class was going to be so long this month, or till we had it, I would reveal to you our instructor for August as well. And so with that being said, everybody, from Southern California, I'm excited to have Jesse Claro joining us for our next class in August, getting returns on your reels. Jesse does a great job of producing internet content. And the best part about this is Jesse is going to show us how to actually turn those reels into cash money, y'all. So we're very excited about this. So this class is going to be offered on August 19th. We also have our instructor lined up for September. However, we're not going to tell you that yet, but you'll be excited about that one too. I'm pretty sure. Okay. In addition to that, I do want to remind everybody that episode 24 of the Rubber Bubble podcast is now officially up and running on the Aloft streaming service. This is another edition of our El Trabajo de Diablo series, like the Jobs from Hell kind of thing. It's a very intense episode, and I think you'll appreciate it. So there's that. So for those of you members, if you do enjoy the Rubber Bubble podcast, please enjoy it. And also remember, the Rubber Bubble podcast is an exclusive benefit only available to Aloft members. All right, kids. Next couple days are going to be very intense behind the scenes with Reno. So for several weeks now, we've been talking about the Decor and Function sponsorship packet is going out to our sponsors tomorrow. which is July 14th. I have every intention of living up to that promise. The float sponsorship packets will be issued for review tomorrow, July 14th. Then on Tuesday, July 15th, the current sponsor registration link is going to close temporarily. And then at 12 p.m. Pacific time on the 16th, we will reopen that link. Now, for the rest of you that are attending Float and you're wondering what the living hell is going on, I'm happy to share that a new edition of Float Notes will be going out to you later this week. Obviously, I got to get through this first. So more than likely Thursday or Friday of this coming week, you'll get your Float Notes coming at you via email. So there's that. Also want to remind everybody, I've actually had quite a few people reaching out about this. The Float payment plan, the program officially ends on July 31st. If you are interested in latex on layaway, make absolutely certain that you get signed up before the end of this month, because as of August 1st, that plan goes away, period. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Excuse me. All right, let's talk about the Step Chat survey. Today's survey, again, was in honor of the fact that so many of you got back from Columbus today or this weekend. And today's question was, how long does it take you to recover to get back? When you get back, how long does it kind of take you to recover? Like what, and I don't just mean physical, I mean also emotional, right? And some of you, I think, misunderstood the question. Some of you are like, oh, I was back to work the next day. No, it wasn't about when do you go back to work. The question was, when are you back to normal, right? Like, when is your body and brain back to normal again in your everyday life? Well, the results are, I don't know that they're surprising per se. Half of you, pretty much half of you, 48% said it takes several days before you're back in reality mode. At the time of the survey, there was about 30 people that had responded. So 15 of you, or 14 or 15 of you, had said it takes several days before you're back in reality mode. Some of those of you that are like, once I'm back, again, if you didn't answer the question, because again, I wasn't saying you're back to work, right? I just meant you're back mentally, physically ready to go. Thank you all very much for taking the time to respond to the survey. Again, want to remind everybody that we do have a YouTube channel at youtube.com/@thefloativerse. Please, thank you to Julie Silla for subscribing to the channel recently. Thank you very much for that. Also, I do want to remind everybody too, the latest episode of The Working Wonders, I don't have a slide for this, I apologize, but the latest episode of The Working Wonders will be uploaded to the channel as well this week. Also, I do want to share with everybody the Step Chat schedule. Again, we are obviously broadcasting here on Facebook tonight, episode 272. The full recording of today's episode will be uploaded to YouTube tomorrow at some point. And then on Tuesday, you'll get the summary edition, the Step Chat summary. I do want to remind everybody that tomorrow night, our own Pia Guadalupe will be hosting another episode of La Familia Float, her first one of the season as we get ready for Float 2026. And her special guest will be Alessandro Patanier. He is teaching a masterclass at Float, courtesy of our friends at Anagram. And he will be joining us for a live interview tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And of course, Tuesday night, she's back at it again because I was a terrible host. Lisa will be joining us for Kick It Back with Lisa Mack every Tuesday night live in the Floativerse right here on the Float Facebook page. For those of you unfamiliar, this is our virtual happy hour, where Lisa hosts a live Zoom call. It streams directly onto the page. So basically everything you say in that first hour will be broadcast. You can also contact Lisa directly and she will more than likely send you the link if you'd like that as well. So we're looking forward to having Lisa back at the helm again, and looking forward to that on Tuesday night. And with that being said, that will do it for tonight's broadcast slideshow for Step Chat. Sherry, I did not forget about you. You had a question earlier. Have we talked about bonus classes or when the time is to submit floaties? Time to submit floaties is not until November, I believe. We did cover this some time ago. It was several weeks ago. But I do believe it's sometime in November is when you can start submitting floaties. So there's that. And of course, we are doing the 3-tier pricing again. The quicker you get them in, the lower the application fee is. It's 3, 5, and 7. Or is it 5, 7, and 9? No, it's 3, 5, and 7. 3, 5, and 7. Every submission you enter before a certain date is $3, and then it goes up to $5, and then the last minute people are 7. There's that. Have we picked the teachers yet? No, teachers have not been selected yet. I've had a conversation with a couple people. Like I said, there were a couple of teachers that either just missed the cut to teach at float, or I'm like, my God, we got to get you teaching. Like you got to teach. So if anything, we'll do this. When will details on the classes instructors are teaching be released? That's a good question. Technically speaking, that's on me. That should have already been done by now. But clearly, with everything, that was one of the side effects of me backing up the whole process a little bit. It was my intention to get all of that uploaded before we even announced the teachers, or like when we were ready to announce them. So I would argue that's got to be a priority pretty soon, though. I would say definitely by the end of the month. I really appreciate you, and Murphy appreciates you. And I guess we will see you all next time. Have a good one. Thanks. Bye.